What's your last name?
Sakim.
Sakim. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have you go and step out the vehicle for me.
She's gonna come and get me. Sir, please.
What all do you need out of your car?
Sir, I have a child at the house that they cannot take care of.
What all do you need out of your car?
Sir, I beg you. I beg of y'all. I will not touch my car. You can take my keys out.
What all do you need out of your car?
I only need my family. That's it. I do for my.
They searched for him for nearly 3 decades. FBI wanted posters, national alerts, tip lines gone cold. In 1994, a man was shot point blank in the face at a crowded Atlanta train station. Broad daylight, dozens of witnesses, and just like that, the shooter vanished. No trace, no arrest, no justice. Until now. One routine traffic stop in Georgia, one busted taillight, and suddenly, the man who disappeared off the face of the earth is sitting in the back of a patrol car, silent, calm, caught. Mohammed Bilal El-Amin, the fugitive who outsmarted the system for 28 years, was finally back in cuffs. The arrest wasn't planned. The deputy had no idea who he was pulling over. No tip-off, no warning, just a gut feeling. And in minutes, the truth unraveled. The suspect from 1994, the man wanted for murder, was right there. Flesh and blood, behind the wheel, calmly handing over his license, body cam rolling, sirens echoing, red and blue lights bouncing off a face that had haunted case files for nearly 3 decades. What happened next shocked even seasoned investigators. This isn't just a cold case solved. It's a timeline ripped open, a ghost dragged out of hiding, and a family left behind in 1994 suddenly staring at the possibility of closure. But how did he disappear for so long? And what finally brought him down? Keep watching. Because the story you're about to hear is nothing short of unbelievable. Welcome. This is the Untold Crime Chronicles. Subscribe now, because the truth is never silent. Atlanta, Georgia, November 1994. The air is thick with tension, but no one senses it yet. It's late afternoon, rush hour. The Oakland City MARTA station pulses with noise, squealing train brakes, hurried footsteps, muffled announcements echoing across the concrete walls. Commuters pour in and out, some headed home, others to work, backpacks slung over shoulders, briefcases clutched tight. It's just another normal day, until it isn't. A man stands near the platform entrance, eyes scanning the crowd. His name, unknown to most at the time, is Mohammed Bilal El-Amin. Nearby, another man walks into view, unaware his life is about to end. The two exchange words, fast, tense. Something erupts, then a flash. A single gunshot slices through the air. Screams follow instantly. The man collapses, blood pouring from his face. Chaos breaks loose. People scatter, some duck behind benches, others bolt for the exits. Eyewitnesses shout. Panic spreads like wildfire. The shooter? Gone. No hesitation, no stumble. He vanishes into the crowd, leaving only fear behind. Police swarm the station. Sirens, yellow tape, flashing lights, a crime scene etched in trauma. But when they pull the surveillance footage, grainy, shadowed, barely usable, it's already too late. The trail goes cold. No arrest, no solid leads. The case stalls. Months pass, then years. And slowly, the name Mohammed El-Amin fades from public memory. But law enforcement never forgot. Behind locked evidence rooms, his file gathers dust. Until nearly 3 decades later, the ghost of Oakland Station suddenly reappears in the most unexpected way. So who is Mohammed Bilal El-Amin? To the public, he was just another face in the crowd. But to law enforcement, he became a shadow they couldn't shake. In 1994, El-Amin was a young man in his early 20s, born and raised in Georgia. He moved quietly through life, no major headlines, no serious records, until one moment changed everything. Some say he was a product of his environment, shaped by the chaos around him. Others claim he had been spiraling for years, involved with the wrong people, circling danger like it was second nature. The police reports from back then? Sparse. No clear motive, no detailed history, just whispers. A man with a short fuse, a reputation for settling scores. Still, nothing confirmed. No prior charges, no fingerprints in the system. Clean slate, or carefully hidden. What we do know is this. On that November day at Oakland City MARTA station, El-Amin didn't pick a victim at random. This wasn't a senseless shooting. Witnesses overheard a confrontation. Heated, intentional, personal. Maybe it was an old grudge. Maybe money. Maybe something darker. The victim's name wasn't widely released, but insiders believed it wasn't their first encounter. Rumors swirled fast. Gang dispute, drug debt, mistaken identity. But with no arrest and no confession, speculation was all they had. For investigators, the silence was deafening. A motive without proof. A suspect without a trace. And a community left to wonder, why did El-Amin pull the trigger? And where did he go after? Weeks turned into months, and Muhammad Bilal El-Amin was nowhere to be found. Local authorities hit a wall, no solid leads, no movement. That's when the FBI stepped in. Officially, the Bureau took over the case in early 1995, and almost immediately they labeled El-Amin a fugitive, armed, dangerous, and possibly moving across state lines. His face appeared on wanted posters, slapped across bus stops, convenience stores, post offices. "Wanted for murder!" the heading screamed. A reward was offered, 5 figures for any tip leading to his arrest. Still, nothing. The media picked it up briefly. Local anchors reported updates with urgency, grainy surveillance stills flashing on screen. News clips from the early 2000s show somber voices saying the same thing. El-Amin remains at large, considered extremely dangerous. Theories poured in from the public. Some believed he fled to the West Coast. Others said he had crossed the border. A few claimed he'd changed his name, grown a beard, even faked his death. Law enforcement chased ghost sightings from Georgia to Texas, from Miami to Chicago. At least 3 men were detained over the years, same height, similar build, but none of them were him. Each time, frustration boiled over. Agents watched leads rot, search efforts stalled, people moved on. But not the FBI. El-Amin's case became a quiet obsession. His file remained open. His face stayed on internal watch lists. Yet the deeper they searched, the colder the trail became. It was as if he had simply disappeared into thin air. How does a man vanish into the shadows for nearly 30 years? No footprints, no whispers, no slip-ups. Muhammad Bilal El-Amin didn't just hide. He erased himself. For nearly 3 decades, he lived under the radar, never triggering an alert, never slipping up enough to be caught. Authorities now believe he changed his name. No official statement confirms the alias, but traces of a new identity were buried in scattered records, utilities, housing, a driver's license under a different name. The addresses? Spread out. Low-income neighborhoods, rental homes, off-the-grid setups. Never in one place for too long. No mortgages, no credit lines, no real digital footprint. It was calculated, intentional, designed for survival. He didn't just live low profile. He became someone else. Investigators suspect he may have held basic jobs, cash-based, small businesses, day labor. Nothing that required background checks. He avoided hospitals, courts, even voting. No traffic tickets, no fingerprints, nothing to draw attention. As for family, neighbors reported seeing him with children. A woman, possibly a partner. But no marriage certificates, No birth records linked to his real name. Everything was unofficial, unregistered, quiet. Like he knew every move was one step closer to exposure. For 28 years, El Amin existed in the gray spaces. Never too loud, never too visible, always watching his back. And for 28 years it worked, until one ordinary traffic stop brought his carefully constructed life crashing down. It was an ordinary day in Oconee County, Georgia. Quiet roads, clear skies. A deputy on routine patrol spotted a vehicle with a busted taillight. Nothing unusual, no high alert, no warning, just a standard stop, until it wasn't. The dash cam rolls. The officer steps out. The body cam clicks on. Inside the car sits a man, calm, polite, composed. No panic in his eyes, no trembling hands. He hands over his ID without hesitation. The officer runs the name, waits for dispatch. At first, nothing flags. But then, something doesn't sit right.
What's your last name?
Sikim.
Sikim? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have you go and step out the vehicle for me.
She's gonna come and get me. Yeah, so you're about 57 minutes away from me. I was almost at the hospital.
Okay.
Take this off for me.
Send me what the information you put in your GPS, because that way
I didn't go.
The same thing.
I don't know the name of this place right here.
We'll get it figured out. We'll text it to you.
Put that on the
Prince
back.
Avenue.
It's
Alright,
Prince
so
Avenue.
here's what's gonna happen, Sakeem, okay? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to place you into custody today, okay? You're gonna have to go down to jail.
Oh no.
You got to get booked in. They're going to take your fingerprints and picture, and you'll get a bond. But because you're driving on a suspended license, you got to go down to jail.
Sir, I did not know. I have children, I have a sick uncle, and I run the household.
I got you.
The photo on the license feels off. The age doesn't match the face. A deputy on scene decides to dig deeper. A call is made. A fingerprint scanner is brought out. One scan, one beep, then silence. Suddenly, the system lights up. A hit, a cold case, a murder from 1994, a name buried under decades of silence. Muhammad Bilal El Amin. The same man wanted for shooting someone in the face at the Oakland City MARTA station 28 years earlier. The deputy steps back. Backup is called. The arrest is made, calmly, methodically. The man doesn't resist, doesn't argue, just sits there, like he knew this day would come. The surprise? He wasn't using a fake name. It was him all along, living under the radar, hiding in plain sight. The broken tail light, the most ordinary mistake, became the crack in the illusion he had spent nearly 3 decades building. There was no chase, no dramatic takedown, no struggle in the dirt, just silence. After 28 years...
No, I really
don't have a choice at this time.
Please
so we're placing you in
Auntie.
arrest. Go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back, please.
Please put
Turn
Auntie
around
on
and
the
put your hands
phone.
behind your back. Just set the phone up on the car.
They put me under arrest right now. I don't know.
For driving with suspended license?
Driving with suspended license. I didn't know. And it's not even showing.
Unfortunately, the law is different here in Georgia than it is in South Carolina. If you have a suspended license, you have to go down to the jail and get booked in.
Okay, but sir, can you speak to my aunt? She has.
We're on speakerphone. She can hear us
please,
right now. Yeah.
No, please speak to her. Please speak to her. I'm the only one that can help with my uncle that's sick in ICU right now.
Sorry about that. But unfortunately, your son.
Please, sir.
You're driving a car without valid insurance.
My son.
You got that taken care of. But you're already driving a car without valid insurance.
I won't
suspended
drive.
registration.
My cousin.
We can't trust you not to drive.
No, I swear to you, I'll walk away from my car.
So we're gonna walk you back to this other car.
Please, sir.
We're gonna walk you to my partner's car. Come on.
Sir, please, my aunt is old. She's 80 years old. Sir, please.
You have anything on
I
you
will
that's
not.
gonna poke
I swear, you
skin
can. Please check me.
Okay.
Please check everything on
I'm
me.
gonna search your incident to arrest.
Huh?
See which is emergency 911?
Yeah.
Face towards that for me.
Okay, sir.
Separate your feet out
Okay,
for me a
sir.
little bit. Nothing in your pockets, right?
Sir, please.
What all do you need out?
On the run, Muhammad Bilal El Amin was finally in handcuffs. It all happened so quietly, like he had rehearsed it in his head 1,000 times. Once the fingerprint scanner confirmed his identity, deputies moved in, measured, calm, professional. He was arrested peacefully. No fight, no questions. Just a nod, like he already knew the script. When they took him into custody, the reality hit like thunder. Officers exchanged glances, some in disbelief, some in quiet triumph. They had just captured a man who had outwitted the system for nearly 3 decades. Not a petty thief, not a scam artist, a suspected killer. Booking footage rolls. Bright lights, blank walls, a face worn with time but still recognizable. He gives his name. His fingerprints are scanned, again. And this time, the match is instant. The whispers turned into a storm. News vans parked outside. The headline was too explosive to ignore. For years later, murder suspect captured in routine traffic stop. Across Georgia, people were stunned. Some didn't even remember the crime. Others had lived through the fear back in 1994. And now, he was back in the headlines. Was El Amin shocked? Not visibly. There were no tears, no pleas, no breakdowns, just stillness. One officer described him as eerily calm, like he'd been waiting for this moment. And maybe he had.
I don't have a choice here, man. I'm telling you.
I told you I was not going to get in my car. I swear to you, I wasn't going to get in my car.
You have a suspended license. You're driving a car without insurance. You've got that taken care of.
I've been doing it every
day. You got suspended registration. You have to go down to the jail and get booked in. Just take your photograph. They're going to take your fingerprints. They'll give you a bond amount. You can bond out, and then you can get on the way up to the hospital. But you can't drive.
Sir,
so have a seat for me, please.
All right, may I speak after you?
Have a seat for me, please.
Are you going to
sit down, and then I'll listen to you. Okay, so what do you want to tell me?
On everything, my aunt just had a stroke. My uncle just had a stroke 2.5 weeks ago. I'm here helping my family. I don't even know who can come and bond me out. I don't even know who can come and bond me out. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a crook. I look how old I am.
Did you get a ticket or something?
I didn't get
take care of. I mean, why would they suspend your license in South Carolina?
I just found out speaking to the deputy.
Yeah.
I just found out that maybe when we had a car that I had that got repossessed, that I didn't take my name off of it.
Okay. I wouldn't imagine that they'd suspend you for a repossession.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's no information's coming up. I won't drive. I'll have my cousin.
Can you slide your lights in for us?
You're not going to speak to me?
No, unfortunately, I told you. I've already explained my position to you.
Oh, this hurts.
I don't have a choice.
Sir, Sir.
Okay, so the way you're sitting right now is not a good position. You're a tall guy. You got long legs. Can you slide your knees over this way and sit at an angle? You gotta move your knee.
My wrist, this is really tight on my wrist.
Okay, I'll check it right now. I'm gonna come to the other side. Watch your knee.
Because after all the lies, all the years, and all the hiding, his past had finally caught up to him. But the biggest question remained. Why now? And what would justice look like after 28 years? After nearly 3 decades of silence, Muhammad Bilal El Amin now sits behind bars at the Clark County Jail in Georgia. No aliases, no hiding, just his real name on a prison roster that finally caught up with him. He was denied bail. The court called him a flight risk, and how could they not? He had already vanished once, for 28 years. The charges: murder, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. The prosecution isn't pulling punches. They're building a case that spans generations, with faded police reports, archived witness statements, and fresh forensic evidence pulled from old files. The DA's office calls him a man who believed time would erase his crime. But time didn't forget, and neither did the victim's family. They were stunned to hear the name again after so long. Some thought he had died. Others had tried to move on. But when the arrest made headlines, the pain came back like it never left. One family member released a statement. "We waited 28 years for justice. We never thought this day would come. Now we want the truth and accountability." As for El-Amin, he hasn't confessed. He hasn't made a public statement. Everything from his side remains sealed behind courtroom doors. Whispers suggest he may plead not guilty. Some say he's preparing a defense. Others believe he's biding his time. A man who evaded capture for decades might still have cards to play. But the system is watching. And this time, the eyes of justice won't blink. This is the part that baffles everyone.
Hey, I'm putting your headphones in your little black pouch.
Man, y'all gotta please make sure my aunt is okay. She's 80 years old. She's 80 years old. I see for the whole house. I shop, I do everything in the house.
Do you need anything else out of your car?
Just know that can you speak to my aunt?
We have a piece.
Just speak to my aunt because I do everything for the house.
Okay.
I do everything. My son is there. He's only 13 years old. He does not know what's going on. This is I don't can you let my cousin know wherever it is I'm going? Could you let them know where it is to find me?
Yeah, so when you get there, you'll be able to call them.
How can I call them?
When they book you in, they'll give you some phone calls, so you can call them.
Yeah,
all right?
Yes, because I don't.
Yeah.
Why? I thought she was going to let my cousin pick me up. Why did this happen?
I'm sorry.
Deputy, so many people rely upon me. You do not know.
You can get in and get out. All right?
I can get in and get out?
Yeah, like they'll book you in. If you have somebody that can bond you out, you have a preset bond, so you can bond out of jail. You don't have to wait to see a judge.
Well, how much is that?
I'm not quite sure. They'll give it to you when we get there, okay? We'll work with you, all right? We'll try to get you out as quick as possible.
My uncle is sick.
All right, well, the quicker we get to jail, the quicker you can get out, okay?
Doors are all locked, all the windows are up.
All right, cool. What is it?
I've never been to jail in my entire life.
Okay, all right. It'll be fine, I promise.
Then
All
why
right?
am I here?
All right, we got to get you to the jail.
Call me after you go.
All right.
Why was Muhammad Bilal El-Amin still in Georgia? Why risk being so close to the scene of the crime, a place where his name was once burned into headlines and wanted posters? Did he ever actually leave the state? Or did he just blend in so well that the world forgot to look closer? Authorities say they're still piecing together his movements, but early findings suggest he may have never gone far at all. Which leads to the biggest mystery. Why? Was he tired of running? After nearly 30 years of watching over his shoulder, did he grow numb? Some theorize he'd built a second life, a new identity, a job, a home, maybe even a family. Was it guilt that kept him close? A need to silently monitor the people he once hurt? Or did he think the system had moved on and forgotten him? Others whisper about a possible tip-off. Did someone from his hidden world betray him? Did a former friend or lover recognize his face and call it in? There's even speculation he wanted to be caught, subconsciously or otherwise. That maybe, just maybe, the weight of that night in 1994 finally became too heavy to carry. and in the quiet town of Oconee County, he stopped running. Not with words, not with a confession, but by letting himself be found. Did he ever leave Georgia? That's the question law enforcement can't seem to answer with certainty. Records are vague, footprints almost non-existent, but some believe he never truly fled the state, that he simply slipped into a quiet life right under everyone's noses. Why return, or stay, so close to the scene of the crime? It defies logic. Most fugitives put thousands of miles between themselves and their past, but not El Amin. Was it arrogance? Was it guilt? Or something deeper? Was he tired of running? After nearly 30 years of hiding, changing names, looking over his shoulder, was the exhaustion just too much? Maybe he figured the world had forgotten, or that his face had aged enough to fade from memory. Did someone tip him off? There's buzz about an anonymous call, someone who recognized his eyes, his walk, his voice, a roommate, a co-worker, a scorned lover. Maybe someone close finally spoke up. Hidden life theories are spreading fast. Some say he worked menial jobs, kept to himself, paid cash, never made a scene. Others think he built a new identity entirely. Married, had kids, lived a normal life in a sleepy town. And yet, justice still found him. So the question remains, did he return by choice, or was he never gone at all? What if that patrol car hadn't flicked its lights on that day in Oconee County? What if that one traffic stop never happened? Would El Amin still be out there, hiding in plain sight, living a double life, walking free among us? Fate, justice, and time collided in a way no one could have predicted. 28 years of silence shattered by a routine stop. It wasn't a planned raid or undercover sting. It was chance or destiny. If one cop hadn't pulled him over that day, would the truth have ever surfaced? Would the victim's family still be living in the dark? We may never know how close we were to never knowing. Cut to chilling music, mugshot, fade out, silent stare into the lens, a man who ran from justice, caught by time. Do you believe justice was finally served, or is this just the beginning? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're listening. This case proves that even after decades, justice has a way of catching up. Let us know what you think. Was 28 years too long? Was this justice delayed, or justice served? Subscribe, share, and don't forget, the Untold Crime Chronicles is where every shadow has a voice.